Y'all, football is back. I know y'all been waiting. It actually didn't feel like it took that long this time around to come back. Honestly, I feel like so much stuff has been going on.
Yeah, it has.
So my boys, my number ones, my first heartbreak, my current heartbreak, and my continuous heartbreak, the Raiders. Raiders defensive tackle Christian Wilkins was cut after a playful but controversial incident. Christian Wilkins, a defensive tackle known for both his talent and antics, was just released by the Las Vegas Raiders after a teammate.
Yeah, he's been grabbing dudes since the Clemson.
Oh, yeah, he's been grabbing dudes since.
I got a video on that.
Ooh.
Defensive lineman taking a pitch and trying to stretch for the first down.
Oh, God.
So it was just released by the Las Vegas Raiders after a teammate was offended by Wilkins' playful kiss on the head during a team meeting. The teammate didn't take it as a joke and filed a complaint. This wasn't the only reason for his exit. Wilkins is recovering from a Jones fracture, and the Raiders voided the $35.2 million in guaranteed money left on his contract, citing his approach to rehab. Wilkins, who signed a $110 million deal last offseason, is now filing a grievance. The incident escalated to HR, making headlines not just for an on-field drama, but for the millions at stake and questions about what's acceptable in the pro locker room. Now, I know the kiss thing came out or whatever, and everybody's like, oh, yeah, you know, whatever, you know. I know I've already seen people kind of try to downplay that. But in any job in this United States of America, if you kiss any of your coworkers on the forehead and they don't like it, you're gone. So I don't know why anybody's it's the NFL. Oh, that does not matter. Because if the Raiders were negligent and that player really, really felt some type of way and reported it and they didn't do anything about it, they could be sued by that player at that point. I don't think they want to play in those waters. And plus, over a player that's injured anyway and didn't want to take their advice on him requiring his second surgery for his foot. Like, at this point, you know, you don't want to get the second surgery. You're not healthy enough to play. You need a second surgery. You refuse. You want to, every player has a right to get a second opinion. And now I think a report came out that his team is kind of leaning towards him going ahead and needing the surgery because he cannot play. That literally is your job, to be healthy, to be able to play. So
was it just because of the foot injury, or was it just
the foot injury was a big reason why?
Yeah.
But it's like, you're injured, plus you out here kissing people. We're not finna keep you around so you can take the heat. So we can take the heat for you over here.
Yeah.
That's sexual harassment in the workplace.
Right.
So you ain't even healthy to play. So what we gonna keep you around for sure now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that didn't help your case. I mean, you ain't healthy and you out here kissing people.
Wilkins' contract was one of the largest for defensive tackle in NFL history. The Raiders designated his release as terminated vested veteran. Wilkins posted a career best 9 sacks with Miami in 2023. The Raiders' HR department conducted a formal investigation after the incident. Wilkins' grievance may set a new precedent for guaranteed money disputes tied to behavior and rehab. So it's like $35 million. So you're telling me he's going to go through the surgery. What does that mean for him moving forward?
I don't know if he's actually going to go through it. I know a report said his camp is leaning towards it because he's been released. He was released a little bit ago. No team has touched him or came his way since. He is a good defensive tackle at that. So I'm actually really sad that it didn't work out for them because when he was on the field, he was making a difference. So, and he, like I said, he got that contract for a reason. He's a good one of those, top defensive tackle talents. And the fact that he's a top talent on the market and nobody has conversated him, pulled him for a visit or anything like that,
Yeah.
that says a lot. And that's why I think his team is leading towards him going ahead and needing that surgery, because you could be the best you want to be, but the best ability is availability in the NFL. And if you're not available, they're not going to sign you.
Yeah, true. Anything else going on in the Raiders training camp wise that you want to talk about?
The offense is clicking on all cylinders is what I'm hearing. I'm really excited to see that. You know, Geno Smith, he's been proven for the last couple seasons.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is the most stability we're probably going to have since we've had Derek Carr. So it's going to be interesting to see. Aiden O'Connell is still doing his thing in the backup role, so that's good to see. It's nice to see that, to have at least a valuable starting option plus a valuable backup. They're not top in the league, but they're good. And in the NFL, that's better than bad. So, and you don't need to have an elite quarterback to make it to the Super Bowl. We've seen that time and time again. It's about the team around. And with those offensive weapons, Ashton, Bowers, Jacoby, and then on the defensive side, you got Max. You got Kuntz back, and hopefully he stays healthy. Hopefully Tyree continues to grow. I'm excited to see. I'm not going to get my hopes up. Oh, and don't forget the head of the team, Pete Carroll. I'm not finna get my hopes up, though. That's why I know this stuff, but I haven't been following as hard as I have in the past, because I'm like, okay, we talk all this stuff, and per usual, there's still off-season drama, and that always sets the tone of the season with the Wilkins thing going on right now. So,
True. Honestly, this is one of those NFL stories that's both bizarre and totally on brand. Wilkins has always played on the line, sometimes over it, and this time it cost him millions. For teams, it's a reminder that talent isn't everything. For players, maybe time to rethink what's just a joke, and for fans, just another wild chapter in the NFL soap opera. I mean, there's some zesty NFL players, who says that, slapping butts and everything and kissing heads and just being playful, got this far into releasing him now.
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, first and foremost, it's the fact that he wasn't available. Like, I think, I don't want to be like a bias and say, oh, the team would have done this if this player did this, but there was somebody like one of the top, I'm not going to even name names. If one of the top players did that, they would have been like, oh, you be all right. But, it's about boundaries too. Not everybody's okay with that stuff, and we don't know what context it was done in. We weren't there. We didn't see it happen. So
you got to watch out for these down low players,
and some guys don't just and I forget who was talking about it. It was a NFL player that was talking about it, and he was like, yeah, no, I haven't seen nobody be kissing up in the locker room, kissing no other men in the locker room. So obviously that's not part of the norm.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Comment below your thoughts. What do you think? Was he set up in a way? Was the kissing is he zesty? Is he down low? A lot of speculations on that, but we don't know.
he wild for sure, but I think he just played too much.
Yeah. Yeah.